Hi Verbling, my name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we are giving advice. We'll talk about some vocabulary, but have mostly a lot of good conversation today. If you guys are interested in private lessons, you can look at my schedule and book an hour with me, or talk to me, send me a message. If you have any questions about my schedule, I can always accommodate new students. So let's get going. To start with, I have some advice to ask from you guys. I've been scheduling classes and I've been getting a little bored with some of the old topics. You know, there's a lot of stuff I've been teaching a long time. I've seen some topics again and again and again. So I want you guys to help me out and give me exciting, creative new class topics that you guys would like to see in the coming weeks. Ahmed, welcome to class. Ahmed, are you there? He's still muted. Maybe he's just loading up. All right, so if you guys need the document for today, it's on the same page as the one we joined class on, but I will also screen share my copy. Mateos, welcome to class.
Hello.
Hi, Mateos. So to start off class, I'm asking advice from you guys. I want creative new class topics. There's a lot of stuff that I've covered like a million times, you know, present perfect, past perfect, and those are great topics. But I'm looking for some new, fun material that I can make for you guys. Mateos, what would you like to see in the coming weeks? Something tough question?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll let you think on it. You can think on it for a second. And I'm going to welcome some other students to class. Maria, welcome to class. Ooh, Maria, I can't hear you. And it looks like you're not muted, so I would check your settings. Nope, still can't hear you. I'm going to screen share so you can see possibly one way. Okay, so if you go to the top, you've got all these icons here. Click the settings, and you should be able to see which microphone you're using. I see you're using a headset, so it might actually be on default. You'll have to switch it to your headset, and that might help. Hi, Philip. How are you?
I'm fine, teacher.
Good to have you in class. I'm doing really well. Philip, to get this class started, I'm asking you guys for suggestions for class topics for the future. Try and think outside the box. Pick something that we haven't done a lot of. Do you have any ideas for future new fun classes, Philip?
I haven't think about that before. It will take time.
All right, think about it. And if you guys think of anything after class, you can always message me on my teacher profile and let me know, oh, I had a good idea. I want to see this class, and I will make it for you guys.
I'll do. Okay, I'll do.
Sure, awesome. Rohan, welcome to class.
Hello.
You changed your picture.
Is that so?
I think so. I mean, the last time you were a different picture, I think, unless you were a different Rohan.
No. I'm the same.
Okay, good. Yeah, so the picture is different from the last time I saw you, I think.
I see I see the same picture of a small child. What are you seeing?
I see a world over an ocean, I think.
Okay. Yeah, weird.
That is weird. Well, it's good to have you in class anyways. Rohan, are there any creative, fun class ideas that you have for me? Anything you'd like to see in the future that you don't see a lot of? What is it?
Our favorite books. So
favorite books.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that idea. Maybe we could like read excerpts from good sections. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that. I'm writing that down. Thank you, Rohan. All right. Wallace, welcome to class. Wallace, are you there? Wallace, I can't hear you. Check your settings to see if you've got your microphone, if you've got the settings on the right microphone, and check your computer to make sure your headset's plugged in and everything. If you can't figure out the problem, let me know in the chat box and we'll try and work something out. Thanks, Wallace. Maria, are you here now? You're muted, so I won't be able to hear you. Uh-oh. Okay. Well, I hope it works out, Maria. If you're having other issues, let me know in the chat box. For you, that would be this way. And we can work out a way for you to continue to participate even if you don't have a working mic. Anna Carolina, welcome to class.
Hi, Michaela. Nice to see you
Hi.
again.
Good to have you. So do you have any ideas for fun new classes, topics you'd like to see in the future?
Yes. How to use sarcasm in English?
Ooh, sarcasm. That should be fun.
Yes, it's very difficult. A class about humor in general as well.
Okay.
Kinds of humor and so on. A class about fairy tales.
Fairy tales. That's always
Fairy
a cute
tales.
thing.
A class about poetry.
Okay.
And
Excellent.
a class about how to be nice in English.
How to be like polite?
Not polite, charismatic, something like that.
Okay.
How to avoid misunderstandings and so on.
Okay. Awesome.
Something like
Excellent
that.
ideas. You are full of great ideas. Thank you, Anna Carolina. And Ahmed, are you there? You're still muted, Ahmed.
Hello.
Ah, there you are.
Yeah.
Welcome
finally.
to class. All right, you've had
Nice
a
to see you
while to
again.
think. Yeah, good to see you too. You've had a while to think. Do you have any ideas for creative new class topics?
You are always have very attractive topics. So if you want to make one for me, I think future tense.
Future tense. Okay. I do love doing the future tense. Always very hopeful class. Positive ideas and attitudes going around. Okay. Creative future conversation. I will make that one for you, Ahmed.
Thank you.
And Adela, welcome to class.
Hello, Michaela. How are you today?
I'm doing really well. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Awesome. So Adela, do you have any ideas about new class topics you'd like to see or something that you don't see very frequently on Verbling that you want to see more of?
Maybe it can be environmental crimes, punishment,
Crimes. Ooh.
punishment, or education.
That is a cool one. So education and crimes, separate though, right?
But not in the crimes, environmental crimes.
Environmental crimes. Excellent.
Yes, punishment or education. What is the solution?
Ah, I see. Got it. Very interesting idea. That should make a fun class. Thanks, Adela, for the idea. And Wallace, you're back. Problem solved?
Yeah.
Yes, excellent. Okay.
Nice
Was it
to
just
meet
a
you.
matter of reloading the Hangout?
What? I'm
Was
sorry?
it all you had to do was reload the Hangout and it worked?
Yeah. I have a connection problem here, but I'm back. Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too, Wallace. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Awesome. What part of Brazil?
I'm from São Paulo.
Very cool.
Do you know
city?
São Paulo?
Well,
Yeah,
I've passed through Sao Paulo, but I've never really stayed like days. I think I stayed one overnight at the bus station. So not the most beautiful, but maybe one day.
Where are you from?
I'm from Phoenix originally, and that's where I am now as well.
Okay.
Wallace, do you have any ideas for fun, creative classes you'd like to see in the future?
I don't know. Maybe some discuss about some issues like sports or politics.
Excellent
Maybe.
idea. Politics. That's a good one. Politics. Might be controversial, but I think we can handle it.
Okay.
Thanks, Wallace.
Br-
And Maria, I'm going to advise you to maybe just reload and see if that helps. It helped Wallace. Maybe it can help you. Mateos, did you come up with any other ideas, or you're going to wait for that one?
We might have a lesson about funny mistakes in English speaking. I
Finding
think
mistakes. That's a good one.
everyone has a funny story about it.
Very true. There are some mistakes you definitely don't want to make.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for thinking about it, Mateos. And Maria, you there? I still can't hear you. If you have a microphone in your headset, you might want to just check to make sure your computer recognizes the microphone, and check to make sure the Google Hangouts recognizes the microphone. Other than that, give me your responses in the chat box. So I'll make sure to look in the chat box frequently. If I ever ask a question and you want to say something, type it out and I will get to it as soon as possible. Sorry about that, Maria. Okay, so let's get into giving advice. You can get the notes on the Hangout page. Otherwise, you can follow along with me. And I'm going to screen share. In a second. Okay, so let's talk the warm-up activity. We're probably going to skip it and maybe come back to it if we have time. But it's kind of fun to talk about what sort of vocabulary we'll be using. So I'm going to get a couple people just to give me some ideas. Ahmed, what kind of vocabulary and grammar concepts do you think we will be using a lot of to talk about advice?
I think should.
Should,
Or,
yeah.
Or could, or would.
Yep, those modals will be very helpful for sure. Ana Carolina, any other ideas about grammar concepts or vocabulary you think we'll be using a lot of today?
Besides modals, conditionals.
Yeah, conditionals might be helpful to use. Probably not the third conditional, but all the other ones would be helpful to use. The third conditional is like some really bad advice because that's already over and done with. So if you're getting the third conditional, you know you've already made a mistake, huh? Thanks, Ana Carolina. And let's get into it. Let's start reading, and we're going to start talking a lot. So I'm going to make this a little bigger so you guys can actually see what we're looking at, and then we're going to read together. There we go. Now you guys can see it properly. Okay, so I'm going to read the background, and then you guys are going to read the issues. People have written letters, basically, describing issues, and we are going to solve those issues for them. You'll notice some of the words are bold. Those are vocabulary words we're going to talk about later. And if you have questions on any other words or the bold words, whatever, you can put them in the chat box, and then we'll talk about them as soon as we're finished reading. So don't forget your questions. Stick them in the chat box. That way we can come back to them. So background. Newspapers and magazines often carry an advice column. This column contains questions submitted by readers and responses written by an expert columnist. Take turns reading the below questions to your classmates or teacher. Role play the situation. Ask follow-up questions and try to get and give sound advice. All right, so let's start with the first one. I'm going to split it up into two sections if I can find a good, well, there's not really a good separation. This first short section, Adela, will you read that one for us?
Yes, dear Abby. I'm 28 and my boyfriend of 5 years is 29. I am ready to get married and he's not at all, but want us to stay together. Our maturity levels vary greatly. I'm getting my PhD while working full-time. He has a job but can't save or manage money and he just wants to stay out and party.
Thanks, Adela. Mateos, will you read the rest of it?
He's very affectionate and constantly tells me he loves me, but regarding getting married, he always says things like, I'll be our turn one day, or says he'll propose by the end of X month, but never does. Everyone around us is getting married, and in our society there are articles and websites that say a man's proposal is the ultimate way of showing his devotion and love. I try to remember that my value comes from within, but I need to know that the man I love wants me that much and forever waiting.
Thank you very much. Okay, so we have this problem. Philip, would you like to give us some advice for this woman? Are you there, Philip?
Yes, teacher. If I had an advice to, if I have an advice to give to her is to ask her to make his mind very quickly, because if she's sure that he doesn't want to get married, she must quit that relation. She must quit that relation and find a man who loves her and who would like to get married with her.
All right, so she needs to give him like an ultimatum and say now or never.
Okay, yes, that's what I mean.
Awesome. Thanks, Philip. Rohan, do you agree? What do you think she should do?
Well, I think she should communicate with her. Maybe it's great to, how do you say that, to get married. Maybe he's nervous, but he doesn't want to talk about it. So instead of just giving him an ultimatum, but because she loves him very much, she should talk with him why he doesn't want to marry, and maybe he will confess what's on his mind.
Open communication, that's always good advice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rohan. All right, let's try the next one. Oops. This one's shorter, so I'll just have one student read. Wallace, would you like to read that one for us? You're muted, Wallace.
Read there, Abby.
Dear Eli, number 2.
All right. Just a second. Okay. Dear Ailey, I'm getting old and I hate it. My skin is wrinkling. My face is sagging. My hair is turning gray and my teeth are turning yellow. I'm starting to look like an old lady, but I'm only 55. I feel like I should still be in the prime of my life. I'm not ready to be elderly. I want to be youthful and attractive forever. Help me look younger. Help me find the fountain of youth. Old before my time.
Thank you very much, Wallace. Okay, so for this one, I'd like Maria to give me some advice in the chat box. Write 3 sentences to 5 sentences about what you think this woman should do. She's old and she's feeling like, or she feels like she looks older than she is. What's some advice for her? And in addition, Halbert, welcome to class.
Hi, teacher. Thanks.
Good to have you with us. Doing pretty well. Albert, do you have any advice for number 2, the woman who's old before her time?
It's natural of life, and don't worry.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to come to you if I ever need advice. Come on, give her some real advice. Don't just say don't worry. What's something she can actually work on, like an activity?
Yes, activity of sports and good good food.
Work out, good food, okay. That's a good start. Good start. All right. Thank you, Albert.
Thanks.
And how about Ahmed? Do you have any advice for her?
Yeah, I think she have to exercise every day, change her lifestyle, and start to eat healthy food. Stop smoking if she do, or drinking alcohol. She will be better.
All right. So change her life to be more healthy, and then maybe that'll show itself in her physical appearance as well. Okay. Not a bad idea. Let's try number 3. I'm going to split this into 2. This half is for Philip.
Reading, teacher.
Read the highlighted blue section.
Dear Eli, or Eli, I'm single and sick of it. I'm single and sick of it. I don't want to be alone anymore. I'm thinking of joining an online dating site, but I'm not sure if I should. It's embarrassing to admit that I can't meet anyone on my own, and if I met a boyfriend online, I'm afraid that people would think I'm a pathetic loser. I'm also afraid that a guy I meet online might turn out to be a freak or a creep or a pervert. The internet is full of predators.
Thanks. Bye, Ahmed. Glad to see you for a couple minutes. Okay, Albert, will you finish reading number 3 for us?
Okay. But the biggest reason I'm hesitant to dive into online dating is that I'm a big believer in fate. I always thought that one day I would look across a crowded room and see the man of my dreams staring back at me with a love-struck look on his face. I guess it might be time to give up on this time and let some computer program match me with someone. What should I do, Mind?
Thank you very much. So let's get some advice from Adela. What should Mindy do?
I think internet was effectively is full of predators, and you need to have very prevision about people you meet. Sorry, and I don't know. I think the better would be to meet a person in your neighborhood.
Okay, but how can she do that?
Sorry?
How can she do that? What do you think is a good way to meet people? She said she's tried looking and she hasn't found anyone. So what else should she be doing?
I think she need to do or she need doing uh, to go, for example, a psychologist to don't have this complex about to be single is the first for me.
All right. Get some mental help.
Yes.
Okay.
It's not a problem to be alone.
All right. Thanks, Adela. Wallace, do you have any advice for her?
Yeah, it's a hard advice to give to someone, but I think that I'll tell her to, I don't know, look around her environment, maybe in the college or work, you know. Think about herself if she's not doing great for her, or I think maybe work out to get better, to improve her, I don't know the word, let me see, to improve her self-esteem, is right, self-esteem.
Yeah.
And I think that on the internet may help her as well.
So you would advise her to try some dating sites online?
I don't know, because I think it's kind of danger to looking for someone on the internet, because through the internet I think it's not I don't know how to say that. I don't know if you are able to know completely someone through the internet, you know. But the advice that I'll give to her is to look around, because maybe there's someone around her and she's not realizing that. That's all.
All right. Well, that's pretty good advice. Look harder, I guess. Try again. Anna Catalina, would you like to take a crack at this one as well? Tell us what she should do if she wants to find romance and can't?
Sure, of course. Thank you for calling on me, teacher. Thank you a lot. First of all, you have to improve your self-esteem. Of course, you could hit the gym. Maybe you could meet someone there, you know, or at least you would feel better. And if you believe that you can find someone online, it is dangerous, but it's okay. As soon as you no, sorry, it's okay. Since you take some precautions, like if you go to a date, go to a double date, invite a couple to go with you, and make sure that it's a safe, dependable environment, such as a restaurant or something like that. Don't go to the person's apartment, or you know, and then keep going out with other people till you feel that you can trust on this guy. But bear in mind that to have a partner is not something that would fulfill something wrong that could my gosh, something wrong that could you could feel about yourself, you know.
All right. Thanks, Ana Carolina. All right. So most people are a little bit negative about the online dating and how dangerous it can be. Does anyone think online dating is like an amazing tool of the future for love? Is anyone really positive about it? No, I can't believe it. I'm surprised.
May I say something?
Yeah, go ahead. What do you think?
When I was 18, I found my second girlfriend on MSN. Do you know that program?
Really? Yeah.
So that was also online because we had never met in person, but it turned a very nice and loving relationship, something like 2 years or something. So
Wow.
yeah, it was
So do you think positively about it then, dating online?
No, it has definitely its risks, but sometimes it's yeah, it turns well.
All right.
Yeah, just be careful.
Yeah, be careful and hopefully things will work out.
I hope so.
All right. Any other comments on this one before we move on to the last one?
Yeah, may I say something?
Go ahead.
I don't think it's too much danger, you know. But the only thing is the people needs to take care of about this, and I don't know, give some time, because normally what I have seen is that some people has to a bunch of information about himself to everyone, you know, and I think it's danger. I think the people needs to go down. Go down is right, teacher?
I don't think so. What are you trying to say? Like calm
all right.
down?
Go slow. Go slow.
Ah, okay.
All right. Go slow to know someone through internet. Just that.
Okay, take precautions, go slow. Good messages.
Michaela.
Yeah.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
There is an expression related
Sagging?
to go slow.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Yeah.
it's another question. Don't put something in front of the horse, teacher.
Oh, don't put the cart in front of the horse, I think is the expression.
Yes.
So, yeah, tell us what that means, Ana Carolina. Explain it to us.
The opposite of go slow.
Uh-huh.
For instance, you meet someone and then you, my gosh, you go, can I say with too much, no, how can I say, you are too much eager and anxious, and you go very fast, and you have your heads in the clouds.
Yeah, sometimes we use that expression, you're right, when people are going too fast or when people's priorities are not really in the right order, you know. Should be the horse, of course, and then the cart. But when you go too fast or your priorities aren't right, sometimes it switches, the cart's in front of the horse, and then you have a real problem. Thanks for bringing that up. That's a great expression, Ana Carolina.
Thank you for reminding me. Teacher, now my other question.
Sagging?
Yes.
So sagging is one of our vocab words, and we're going to get to it right after we answer number 4. And we're going to talk about all those questions, so just be a little more patient. We're going to get there in just a second, and that way we can do them all together. Thank you, guys. Okay, so number 4, let's have Rohan read it. Rohan.
Yeah. Dear Carolyn, how do I know if my pre-wedding jitters are normal or a sign I should call things off?
And what do you think, Rohan? Any opinions on this one?
It's a bit dramatic because she could also be just nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But how does she know if it's just nervousness or if it's like a real sign that things aren't right, that she shouldn't do it?
well, I think that she knows the guy and she wants to marry him, and just because she now gets a little bit jitters doesn't mean that things will go wrong. Maybe she's just nervous, or maybe she is right, but how can it that she decided to marry him? Why didn't she get jitters before?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Very good point. Okay. Wallace, what do you think? How does she know if it's just jitters or if it's a big mistake?
Teacher, let me ask you something first. What is call things off means?
It's a synonym to cancel.
Okay. I know. I don't know, teacher. I think it's pretty normal for someone when they are close to reading, get nervous, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's not a sign, but is something normal to happen.
Okay, so don't worry, no big deal.
Yeah, just that.
All right. Philip, what do you think? Is it a sign? Should she call it off?
Yes, teacher, I think so. I think
Ooh. So why do you think so?
Because I don't think the man is is very interested in her.
How do you know?
What I read before, I think it was about.
Okay, so you're talking about like a combination of the last one when the guy didn't really want to get married?
Okay, yes, that's it. It's not the question. That's not the question.
Well, it's sort of related. We're talking about number 4. We don't have a lot of information about her relationship.
No, the phrase is too short. I don't even understand what she wants, really.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of evidence, just the question. Okay. Mateos, what do you think about number 4?
I think she should think about the time before engagement, and it could give her an answer why she say yes, and now she could rethink that decision. Maybe I don't know how to say. Or definitely she should stop overthinking. Yeah.
Yeah. She probably is thinking a little too hard about it. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Mateos. Albert, what do you think about number 4? Albert, are you there? Hello? Albert? No? How about Anna Catalina? I know you've had to be so patient this class. Tell us what you think about number 4.
I would say this kind of anxiety is normal because it's a milestone. You are going to change your life, so I would be surprised if you weren't concerned about it. of course you should not call things off.
Okay, so you think it's like really normal just to be nervous, and that's okay.
Sure, if she had decided to marry before, it's because they have strong feelings for one another.
Okay, so you don't think it's a mistake because she made the decision originally. She shouldn't go back on it now.
Yes, it's a quite common feeling.
Okay, awesome, guys. Well, we're going to go on and start to answer some of those vocabulary questions. I know there's quite a few of them. Okay, sorry, I was reading a comment in the chat box. So let's talk about this vocabulary. We've got a couple idioms that were in there, like in the prime of my life and a freak of nature. Let's define those. How about Wallace, pick one of those and define it for us. What does it mean to be in the prime of your life or a freak of nature?
Okay, I will choose in the prime of my life.
Okay, what does it mean?
I think is when someone is in the best time of their life. I don't know, when someone is young and has the best job or is living the happiness in their life, you know. I think it's right.
Yeah, totally. So it's like the peak. Excellent. Thank you, Wallace.
Welcome.
Rohan, will you tell us about a freak of nature?
That guy is so ugly is a freak of nature?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a really negative thing, right? Or, yeah, it's a negative thing. It really can't be turned into a positive thing. Something really crazy and out there and usually bad.
Yeah.
Okay, moving down. We're going to make some sentences, but we're also going to talk about these words a little bit first. The first word is sound as an adjective. So to remind you guys, we saw that in the very first paragraph. To give sound advice. Sound advice. So we're used to seeing that as a noun, sometimes as a verb, but as an adjective. What does it mean to give sound advice, Ana Carolina?
I'm not sure.
How about Albert? Albert, do you know what it means?
Let me try.
All right, go ahead. If you want to give it a try, go ahead.
Yes, teacher. And maybe a strong advice.
Yeah, kind of. You're close. I'll come back to you for another one that you know a little better. Albert, are you there? Nope. Albert's muted. Okay, Mateos, how about you? What does it mean to give sound advice? Ana Carolina said strong, and sometimes that's the case, but what else defines that phrase?
I don't know.
Ooh, this is a good one. Okay. Does anyone else know? Does anyone else think they really understand that expression, sound advice?
May I try?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think would be a good advice. Advice that you could give to someone, a good advice.
Yeah, it's good advice. It's solid advice. You can also use this adjective when you're talking about the structure or the foundation of something. If it's really strong, you can say you have a sound foundation or a sound structure, a sound building. It means it's like really strong and good. Probably when we're talking about advice, it would mean well thought out and just generally good advice. Thanks for helping us out there, Wallace. Maturity. How about Philip? What's maturity as a noun?
Yes, maturity means you have reached a certain age, you can understand something, you can understand many things by your experiences and everything you know before. Yes.
What age do you think people reach maturity? Like a good adult maturity?
You have to be an adult after 18.
Okay, that's a good dividing age. Yeah. Thanks, Philip. Affectionate is an adjective. Mateos, define that one for us.
Yeah, it's loving.
How? What's the difference between affectionate and loving?
I don't know. It's more sensitive, or
Okay, that's a good way to put it. It's more sensitive. Ana Carolina, do you want to add to that definition? What's the difference between affectionate and any other adjective like loving or caring?
When you are affectionate, you show your love more. You give you a bunch of hugs and kisses.
Yeah, those physical signs of affection are usually what they're talking about. In addition to thoughts, but usually it's like the touching that we call affection. Thanks, Ana Carolina. Okay. Devotion. Albert, are you not here still? You're gone. All right, let's go back to, well, let's have Ana Carolina do devotion as well, and then we'll start from the beginning again. Talk to us about devotion, Ana Carolina.
Okay. A devotion means a strong dedication. Almost a worship.
Yeah, definitely. Almost worship. Thank you very much. Wallace, will you tell us about sag and sagging? Or do you not know that one? You can try.
I don't know.
Let's look at the context.
Let me see where it is in the text.
Right here in number 2, she said her face is sagging. She's got wrinkly skin and her face is sagging.
I think I can't imagine. It's when someone faces is getting old, and the skin looks like I don't know, bad, or I don't know what the word I use, but maybe something like that.
Okay, yeah, I think you're definitely on the right track. Rohan, would you like to add to that definition? Are there any other synonyms you could give us for sagging?
I think it means because she's getting old, her face muscles, how do you say that, stretching downwards. So it's sagging.
Yeah, stretching downwards is kind of a good way to describe it. Something that's like kind of loose.
Loose, yeah, loose skin.
Awesome. Thanks, Rohan. And let's go back. Philip, will you help us out with the next one, which is creep? The word creep from this one here. Talking about meeting creeps on the internet, Philip. What does that mean?
Teacher, I think creep is also a negative adjective. I will be a monster.
Yeah, so in this case it's a noun, because we say a creep, but you're right that it's like a monster or It's negative.
Yeah.
Definitely negative.
Yes.
Okay. How about predators, Mateos? What is a predator?
Is someone wild?
Yeah. What do they do?
Hmm. Uh, they attack other people, other animal. The animal could be a predator.
Yeah, we usually use it referring to predators and prey, you know, like wolves and rabbits, predator being the wolf. Yeah, so someone who's aggressive. Awesome. Albert, are you there? Okay, no problem. Albert, if you want to participate at all, you're welcome to write in the chat box, and I'll get your comments from there. Ana Carolina, will you do the next one? Jitters? What are jitters?
I don't know, teacher. Maybe anxiety.
What'd you say?
I don't know this word. I have never heard, but maybe anxiety.
I'm having trouble hearing the word that you're telling us.
Anxiety. I will type. I'm sorry about my pronunciation.
Yeah, just type it in the chat box. It'll be much clearer.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, anxiety. Okay, got it.
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Anxiety. The first letter, I mispronounced the first letter.
Anxiety is kind of a funny word because we give it sort of a G sound. It has this nasally sound in the beginning, but also we pronounce the last T kind of like a D, so it becomes ang. We sort of say it anxiety. Anxiety.
Anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I have never heard jitter before, but I believe it means anxiety.
Yeah, that's definitely true. It's a kind of anxiety that can come before something, and it's kind of like nervousness. Great definition. Thanks, Ana Carolina. And the very last one, I already kind of gave you guys the answer to this. Wallace, do you remember what I said call things off is similar to?
I'm sorry?
The last phrase, call things off. You asked about that one earlier, and I gave you a synonym. Do you remember what it is?
Oh, call things off. I don't remember, teacher. Sorry.
No problem. Does anyone else remember call things off?
To cancel.
Yeah.
Yeah, cancel is a good synonym. And you can put almost anything in there. So you can say call the wedding off, call the date off, call the party off. You can exchange things for any other event, and it works very well. Okay. So do you guys have questions on any other vocabulary words? Maybe something that was not highlighted? Take a look it over really quick, and see if you have any remaining questions. Nothing else right now? Awesome. You guys are so smart. Well, let's go on then. We have a couple more minutes left where we can do something, and I think it's a good idea to use these words and sentences, but we're actually going to skip this exercise right now because we probably don't have a lot of time to actually do a lot with those sentences. So we're just going to talk a little bit more. And if you guys do want to do those sentences and get my corrections, you're welcome to message me on the Verbling profile. You guys can send me a message. I think you have to send it as a tutor request, but I will ignore that. Or unless you actually want a tutor request, and then we can deal with that separately. But if you guys have some sentences for me, you're welcome to send me this, and I will correct it for you or talk to you about it. later or as soon as possible. Okay, so let's do some questions. I like this one. Oops, not that one. I like the last question, question number 5. I think it's really interesting to hear people's responses to that one. So let's start there, and I'll start in the middle with Mateus. Do you think that columnists are better as women or men, and why, or neither? Both.
By woman, I think.
Why do you think they're better for giving advice?
I don't know. They have it in the blood, giving advices. or
Okay, so you think it's just something about the way they're born, genetically.
Yeah, yes, it's genetically predisposition to giving advice. Yeah.
Okay. Good enough. Philip, what do you think? Do you agree? Do you think that it's just in the genes and that women are better at it? Philip? All right. Can't hear you, Philip.
No, teacher, sorry. I wanted to know what gyms mean. Gym?
As
Yeah.
in G-Y-M?
Because you asked me the question with gym inside. I don't know what's that now.
Oh, genes. Genes are the genetic material, so that would be like DNA that you receive from your mother and father.
Okay. Yes, I think women have the feeling that help them understand the situation of everybody than men.
Okay.
Men are more I don't know the word, but men are not as sensible like women.
Okay, not enough sensitivity. Rohan, what do you think? You think men are less sensitive and they don't have the right genes to give advice?
No, I don't think this is true, because there are lots of columns written by men, for example, sports or technology.
So why can't they give advice, or why do you think they can but don't?
Who, men?
Yeah.
If advice, okay, advice columns. Okay. I think women are more creative in giving advice, because men are very intellectual, and for advice you need more soul, and I think that women have that more, from genetically.
Wow.
Because,
You guys are being really harsh. Women have more soul, more creativity. It's in their genes.
Yeah, if you give advice, I mean, if you're a little child, you go to your mother always to ask for advice, not to your father.
Okay. Wallace, how about you? You think women have more soul and more creativity, more emotion?
Yeah, I agree with Philip. You know, I think woman is more sentimental.
Sentimental, yeah, okay.
Yeah, sentimental.
So you think that makes them good at giving advice?
Yeah, because advice involves generally feelings, and I think women deal better with that.
Our succinct response about... Hello?
Or?
Oh, sorry.
What?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Ana Carolina, will you give us a quick last response on whether you think men or women are better and why?
No one is better than anyone. it's something that is stigmatized.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stereotype.
Interesting.
There are a lot of good psychologists who are men.
Mm-hmm. We have
That's
one person defending men here and saying that they might give good advice too. And
No.
it's the woman in class.
No, I'm not defending the men. I'm not standing up neither for men nor for women. I'm defending the humankind in general, and ideas free of bias.
All right. Well, I've got to finish up this class, but I'm starting another one in a minute. So if you guys have remaining questions, just hang on and put them in the chat box or join the next class and let me know what they are or message me. I've had a wonderful time today. Thank you guys so much for coming, and I will see you again soon. Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Michaela. See ya.
Thanks.
Bye, guys.